Hey guys, here I am, just playing games. Video games. Yep, I play video games. It's fun. I play with a friend, and it's nice to communicate with somebody when you don't see people very often, especially like a friend. Um, so it's always nice, and it's a cool way to connect when we're, not super close to each other. Anyhow, I just wanted to express this feeling, and I'd like to hear what you guys think about just being so. When your mind thinks like bigger picture, and I don't mean bigger picture as in like your future. Of course, that too, but like humanity's future, or you start thinking, how about this? You're just thinking bigger questions. And sometimes those bigger questions, if we don't have the proper framework with proper development to understand life, becomes very confusing and very daunting and very overwhelming. I know for myself, it seems to be that I'm attracted to this concept of thinking big, let's call it, for myself, for the world, expectations, big questions, meaning of life, dying, just stuff that constantly ruminates within me. And sometimes I don't really have good answers, and I don't really know how to answer those. And I've been around people that I feel have had good answers and are seem to be at peace with themselves within that. And I just feel like maybe I haven't found that within myself, or maybe being in an environment where when those questions come up, you have someone to reach out to about those questions that I almost want to say confirms what's inside of you to give you peace of mind. I think it's the hardest part is just finding peace of mind, but also finding growth in your development as a spiritual being, as a human being. Sorry, both beings, but ultimately, I just struggle with thinking big. In today's world, we're meant to be grandiose. Maybe not. Some people don't expose themselves to that kind of environment or that kind of knowledge or those kinds of people, but I have most of my life for whatever reason. This feeling of needing to be the best or to prove myself. And I really wish it was as easy as just being like, I understand that, and that's that's not supporting and supporting my life, but ultimately it's my reaction, and it's really hard to just be like, hey, just chill out, dude. Because every one of my actions wants to be about bigger. And like I said, I think my problem is perhaps my problem, and maybe other people's as well, is that I get confused and I don't know where to go. And I ask myself, hey, like, if I ask myself those questions of, simple grounding type things to do in my life, I get scared. I get the whole, what's the point? I'm too tired. But, like, that's just not life. And so, anyways, just expressing here. Don't really have much other than just the expression, just the confusion, just, not trying to be, have answers, so to speak, but acknowledging the fear, and perhaps through acknowledging it and through sharing the fear, we can contemplate it upon ourselves and together, and maybe make that change that we ultimately know we want to try to make, even if we're not really sure if that's the answer to our gut or to our soul, but it's ultimately going to get us out of the rut that we're in, the cycle of fear. So ultimately, anything that is fear-based and that you push through is going to help you overcome fear. Because fear is very real, and I've experienced fearlessness, and for many years, and then I've also experienced fear for many years, and so I've seen both ones, and the former, former being my earlier years of fearlessness. I mean, I was much more joyful with life, and I hope that I hope that in the future, and I say hope in some way that it's not just directly me, but is a co-creation, that that it's coming to that point, that it's getting to the boiling point of making a move and just living my life, outside of fear, or regardless of it. So anyhow, just sharing. Love you guys, and please comment, share. I'd like to, I guess, experience some people's opinions or whatever, and just know, I'm by myself a lot, and I find that this is sometimes a good way for me to expose both of us, all of us in some way. Not expose as in something wrong with you, just expose as in, hey, I'm here sitting in my house too, and I don't, I'm not going out, and it's not, where I'm at the moment, and I wish to be, have a community of people to go to after my work, or to be my work. But that's not the case right now, so I think social media is a good idea to reach out and to communicate with those people. Anyways, love you guys, and yeah, peace.